together for today's guest, Amelia Ray. There she is. There she is. She's here. She's here. Right there. All the way from Finland. I'm trying to do the slow thing here.
That was nice. Those are like some Curtis Blow beats.
Yeah, that's how we do over here. That's how we do, you know. How is Finland? How is it over there? Is it winter? Is it summer? Like, what is it? As the toilets go in reverse over there? What's happening?
It's winter.
It's winter. Yeah.
Same as you. Same half of the world.
Okay.
Top
Okay.
half.
Oh, the top half. So the toilets go in the same direction.
Yeah.
There's no drop bears gonna come and snatch your babies. Okay.
Maybe a polar bear. But
Do you guys have polar bears over there? No. Okay.
not where I am. No.
Damn it! I really thought we had something there. Well, Finland. So how is the weather? Like, is it like mostly gray? Because like Ohio's very gray. And
Well, that's because you're breathing in fumes over there, isn't it?
Yeah, we're straight up just huffing hydrochloric acid straight out the sky, baby. We're doing it huge over here. Oh, I love how the governor got on TV, was like, the president said, he called me and said, let me know if you need anything, and I haven't called him back, and I don't see a reason to. There's nothing wrong. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. Chickens are dead. Dogs are dying. People are getting sick.
Oh, man.
And but it's all good. Everything's good. You know what's interesting too is that I just found out that the CDC had changed. Let me get, because I took a screenshot of it because I was just flabbergasted, because there's always these weird coincidences, right? I'm not trying to say there's some grand conspiracy, but there's always these weird coincidences that always tend to happen. And let me see if I can drum it up here. The CDC updates profile for vinyl chloride days before Ohio train derailment and removes section and how it affects children. Why did the CDC update its page for vinyl chloride nearly 2 weeks before the Ohio train derailment? Who knows? Why would they do that?
They removed a page that said it had a negative effect on children?
Yeah. Pepe! What's going on, buddy? Wow, Amelia.
Pepe!
Yeah, Pepe. Pepe's here.
Thanks for Pepe.
Let's go, Pepe. We got the third drummer right here, Pepe. Pepe trolled Phil Collins' son on the show. Phil Collins' son is also a drummer. So he was in here trolling him, which was very entertaining for everyone. Why? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right? At Nader's, great point. There's also a movie.
Was there a movie?
There was a movie.
What?
Nader's is the fourth drummer. Thank you. Uncle, like you're talking in foreign language. I don't know how.
I understand it. Terve, Pepe.
How dare you guys have your own conversation in here? How dare you? The Terve, Pepe, Terve. There we go. I could
It's
do
like
it too.
Italian.
Terve, hey, Terve, keep us, yay. So there was also a movie that was released last year on Netflix that had a train accident. It was about a train accident and a city that had to be whatever you call it. What do you call it? Evacuated. Thank you. And it was because this truck tanker, and this train collided into each other and created this terrible toxic spill. And it all took place in East Palistine, Ohio, which is where we're currently, the current situation. So Netflix called it out somehow, some way. The CDC updated their page 2 weeks before the derailment. Listen, I'm not trying to say there's some grand conspiracy, but it's just weird. It's weird. Can we just say it's
What
weird?
is this film called?
I can get it to you right now.
Yeah, it seems like something I would totally. I'm surprised that I missed it because I'm all about
White
this.
noise. People have been Googling it so
Oh, white
much.
noise. Right, right,
They've
right.
been
That's
Googling it.
about the book.
I don't know, I guess. People
Yeah,
more.
it's based on a book from the 80s. I think
Oh.
it's Don DeLillo book.
It,
But I didn't. I wasn't impressed with the film. I was excited to watch it because I'd read about it, but then it didn't really do what it was trying to do, I don't think. But it was it did some things well, and sort of the panic or the lack of panic in the midst of the chaos of this disaster was really well done. It's sort of critique or a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. But I didn't realize it was in Ohio. I completely missed that. I guess that it was in Ohio. I just knew it was somewhere in the middle.
yeah. No, it's in Ohio, in the same town that the White Noise takes place. Yeah.
So I don't know. That's a lot of. It's a lot to put together.
But on top of that,
to pull off.
Right,
in the
right.
Same city.
Yeah, I agree. What's interesting is that, this Ohio one is getting the heat right now. I mean, kind of, because a lot of these mainstream media outlets aren't really covering it all that much. Like, they're starting to, I mean, they covered it, but it wasn't like, they're not following up. You know how, like, if they find a story, if it bleeds, it leads, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they go for it. They go in on it. And there's so much here that's just completely being overlooked. And it's really interesting because yesterday, Norfolk Southern, the same train company, a train derailed in Detroit with toxic chemicals on it. And then Union Specific. I said Union Specific. God, I am American AF. They had a train derailment in outside Houston, and then there was one in South Carolina, and all these. There was a truck in Tucson, right outside Tucson, that was putting nitric acid out into the air, where part of Tucson had to shelter in place.
Oh, man.
There was a 5-acre plastic factory, I believe it was in Florida, that is burning, and it's probably still burning, releasing toxic chemicals into the air. I don't, again.
Well, yeah, this is bigger than, I mean, the trains, I guess I could see as a conspiracy theory, if you like, because I don't know why the U.S. I don't remember why the U.S. gave up on the trains, because it's really just a brilliant method of transportation.
Yeah.
And especially a country that size, it's like, it really would be a great way to travel, much better than a Greyhound, which isn't bad if you got to get somewhere fast for cheap. Yeah. I mean, don't knock the Greyhound. No. They do provide a service. Yeah. But the tracks are already there.
Yeah. Yeah. The groundwork's there.
Yeah.
They blew up mountains for those tracks. So
yeah. Well, just use them. But apparently they can't. I mean, or they don't want us. Somebody wants to shake our faith in the trains transporting dangerous chemicals. I mean, this is a national disaster. You just listed 4. I mean, one was in Florida. I mean, not that it was Florida. It wasn't train related.
Florida's a natural disaster on its own.
For train chemical pollution. Why are these trains going off the track?
Well, a lot of it is because, the brake system that they use now is from the Civil War era. I mean, not literally, but like the same technology is from the Civil War era. And you have a bunch of overworked, underpaid, understaffed trained conductors who are working. They tried to go on strike a couple months ago, and Joe Byron, our faithful leader, demanded and like he vetoed that shit and was like, no, you have to go to work because of supply chain. Like, because I don't know if you know, but like the supply chains has been kind of breaking down over here. We have lots of, it's really interesting that we've been having all these food manufacturing facilities that are just blowing up, just going up in flames. I think in 2019, we had about 2,200 food manufacturing facilities. And as of now, we have 1,100. So in the last just couple years, half of the food manufacturing, corn supply is down, soy supply is down. Just a lot of stuff is really, really interesting, man.
That's crazy.
I don't know what or how or why would they want to do that, but Nader
Well,
said,
Soylent Green, obviously.
yeah, we need to start. It's people.
I hope you're not allergic to Soylent Green.
We need to make.
Wouldn't that be terrible? Or you're like,
it would be.
Gluten won't be a problem. Peanuts won't be a problem. Right. But if you're allergic to Soylent Green in like 20 years from now,
it's over.
I don't know what to tell you.
Survival of the fittest, I suppose. We need to make our own problems to take your attention away from the truth. And what is the truth, Naders? Ohio's the new Florida? Is that what it is?
Well, I don't know how new that is. I mean, it's
That's true. Ohio, and the funny thing about Ohio is that it's just been being memed so ruthlessly. Like it's just become like a whole thing to shit on Ohio, which, fair enough. It isn't the greatest state, but I'm okay with it for right now. It works for now. But
I don't know anything about Ohio
that's
aside
fine.
From what you're telling me. So
that's fine.
And that that book, that movie White Noise, it's based on the book. That happened in Ohio.
Right.
East Palestine, I believe.
Yeah. Thank you. Damn it. He must Lear finish. What? Pepe. I think Pepe's trying to have a whole conversation with you. I think he's trying to interview you.
Yeah, I can't be in two places at once, Pepe. I mean, I guess I am because I'm in Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm in Finland, and I'm on the interwebs.
Yeah.
But that's through really no skill of my own. There's no witchcraft on my part.
Well, I mean, you did click the link, so I mean,
I did.
Give yourself some
great.
more
Okay.
credit.
I guess I'll let them burn me at the stake.
Witch.
She pushed the button. It's funny that it's not funny, but what you were describing about the factories and the people striking, it reminded me a lot of this Jan Decleir film I was just watching, called Dance. Captain Dominique!
Hey, Cap.
Howdy.
Welcome in. Thank you for being here.
The captain's here.
The captain. Everybody get in on it. You fleed the cold. It reminds you of a movie, Jan Decleir.
There you go.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
I did it.
Yeah. He plays a bishop. It's based on a true story. But he's a bishop in the hundreds. And, child labor and children are dying in factories. And he comes in and saves the day. Reforms, basically. It's like a rebel Catholic priest.
What's the name of the movie?
I always pronounce it incorrectly because I want to say it's dance, if you were to say it like in American, but I try to say it like the characters do when I'm watching it in there. Dance. It's Daens. No. That's the name of the.
Oh, okay. Dean. Dan.
Yeah, see, that's right. It's dance.
I just say dance.
Say dance.
I actually used a Jan Declaire quote as part of the thing.
I saw that.
And it has something to do with dance. I think it has something to do with like until you can embrace the sadness of life, you can't truly dance or something like that. And I thought that was beautiful.
Where did you find that?
I have my ways.
Oh, all right. You can't pronounce his name, but you're all up in his DMs. I love it.
I have slid right up in that shit. Something like dang.
Something like dang. Dang.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Captain. I appreciate that. What's your experience of Finland so far? That's what Pepe wants to know.
I don't. Oh, Pepe, I don't have much experience. I am a devout hermit. I landed here in 2019, and then at the beginning of 2020, I went on a tour, part work, part fun, all pandemic, and ended up in the States for a few months and came back here in July of 2020, and I've not left my area since then.
But you do sauna, right? You are one.
Oh yeah, the sauna's downstairs.
Oh, okay. Because it's a very it's like a very cultural thing there to sauna, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, people love the sauna there in Finland.
Sauna.
And another interesting thing about Finland is it's right next to Russia. Let's go.
Yeah, we got that going for us. I love it when I'm on the highway and I see a sign that says St. Petersburg, 380 kilometers. I'm like, yeah, one day.
One day.
We get there.
I mean, like what has the war affected you at all in any way? Like I know you were trying to like put together some funding for the war effort in Ukraine and Russia. Like, has it affected you in your daily life or even your mental health even? I don't know. Like how
I think it's affected me in the same way it's affected a lot of people. I mean, the prices of everything have gone up. Food prices have skyrocketed.
Wow.
They're really unstable. So a head of broccoli might cost €6 one week and then €1 the next. It's getting a little bit better now, but for a while there it was just like playing the lottery when you go to the grocery store. You're like, I got €30. Last week I could get all my breakfast foods and a piece of fish.
Wow.
This week I got a bag of potatoes and toilet paper. Like you never knew what you were going to walk out of there.
That's it. Wow, that's insane. Okay, so here in the States right now, eggs are crazy. That's like the thing. Eggs is eggs seem to be affected as well, or is it everything?
I don't know. I don't buy eggs.
Oh, okay.
Eggs are like if I'm gonna bake something, they're luxury. So it's like if I'm gonna luxury something, then I'm like, I don't care what it costs. I have no idea. Trying to think of tomatoes. Well, that's also might be seasonal, but tomatoes are out of control. Oranges are a little bit better. I got I think 4 oranges today for €1.50.
Wow.
And but at one point I went I couldn't believe the price on the sign. They were over €2, and I was like, that seems a lot for oranges. Let me just see. I'm just gonna put some in this bag, and then I'm gonna weigh it. So I really know what's going on.
Yeah.
I put like 2 oranges in the bag, and it came out to €2 or something. Wow. Like I'm not paying €1 an orange.
That's wild.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I can't support this. So
I can't support this.
I can't support this.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen what's it? Mommy Dearest?
Is that with Danny DeVito?
No.
Oh, that's Throw Mama with the tray. Throw Mama.
Yeah, that's Throw Mama. Horrible film. But one of the best lines ever. Actually, no, that's not a horrible film. That's a great film. I was thinking of the one with Sylvester Stallone and his mother.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about. It had the lady from Golden
Don't
Girls.
shoot, my mom's a
Yeah.
cop, or
Oh yeah.
what Estelle Getty.
Mama
Yeah.
Dearest, is that about the actress who had like an
Yes.
abusive mother?
Yes. So one of my favorite scenes is the mother is going crazy, just like gets gonna do the kid's hair, and she just ends up chopping it. It's brutal. It's a hard scene to watch because it is abuse,
Yeah.
but it's also funny because this woman is crazy and she's just cutting this poor child's hair, And I don't know where they found this child. She had to have been 8 years old, maybe 10 at the most. This actress, she's amazing. But she's just sitting there in front of the mirror and she's crying. She's acting with all of her. Oh, she's crying and she just, I cannot go to school like this, And so that's like, I always remember that. I think of that whenever I'm like throwing in the towel or like protesting. So I was like, I will not pay. I cannot pay this much for oranges.
I can't pay this much. No. Oh, hold on. I kind of want to see it.
It's pretty amazing. But I mean, the whole film is full of gems like that, and the child is just amazing throughout. But that one's definitely a keeper.
Is it about Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz? Is that the no?
No, it's Joan Crawford.
Joan Crawford. Thank you.
Christina.
Hold on here.
Poor Christina.
You're always rummaging through my drawers. Way to make people look at you. Why are you always looking at yourself in the mirror? Why are you doing that? Tell me. You sit still now. This ought to teach you. You vain. Mommy, I can't go to school like this. I'd rather you go to school than looking like a tramp.
Oh.
You be quiet. You're always rummaging through my drawers, trying to find a way to make people look at you. Why are you always looking at yourself in the mirror? Why are you doing that? Tell me. You sit still now. This ought to teach you. You vain. Mommy, I can't go to school like this. I'd rather you go bald to school than looking like a tramp.
Oh my God. I'm only laughing because you're laughing.
I'm telling you, it's for the skeptics. She's so
shit.
good.
Oh, okay. What? All right. Sorry. It's so good.
That's what happened. She's such a great actress.
No, both of them.
both of them.
That's horrendous. But I mean,
Yeah.
That's the type of shit that goes on all the time. Fucking parents taking their own weird insecurities out on their children, and it's insane.
I don't know how they shot that. I would have been terrified if I were that kid's mother. Like, so how close are the scissors gonna be?
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Holy shit!
They're rubber.
Pepe wants to know if you've learned to sing in Finnish yet.
Oh, what did I know? I know some songs in Finnish. Sure.
Yeah. Well,
Let me see. Yes, the answer is yes.
There it is, Pepe.
I can't think of them now.
Well, I mean, the new song you sing in Dutch. Which,
that's true.
Which seems like that must have been a arduous feat. Like, what did you have to do? I mean, do you know Dutch?
Yeah. In fact, that's what the song is about. In 2006, I moved to Amsterdam for 3 months to study Dutch at the University of Amsterdam.
Oh, okay.
It was a tourist program, so anybody could go. You didn't have to be, matriculated. You didn't have to be a student. And I was taking my beginner course or whatever, and I thought, it'll be easy. I know languages. It's like English. And then I got there and I was like, oh man, this is really a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But one of the first things you do is you go to the media library, because you got to listen to the workbook or, sit in there and listen to your listening comprehension exercises. And so they had movies in there. I was like, oh, that's great. And I found this movie called Karakter, and I watched it, and I was blown away. First of all, the movie itself is it's a wonderful story. It's a phenomenal movie. Everyone in it does a wonderful job acting. I mean, it's just a stellar film. You know, like a top 10 film all around.
What's it about?
I try not to give it away. I don't like to know what movies are about or books. You know, I'm a tabula rasa kind of person.
Oh my god,
So,
that would drive me nuts. That's how Reina is. God, I can't.
yeah, really.
She's
right.
just like, oh, I don't want to know about it. Just let's go see it, or I don't care what I don't want to hear about the synopsis. Like, no, I just want to read it. And
all right, so I'll try to meet somewhere halfway. Yes, Reina, exactly. Is my child going to need counseling after having starred in that film?
Yeah.
It's about a boy who grows up. He pulls himself up by his bootstraps. His mother is very cold. His father is absent. And it's again in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Like in the not the last one, the one before.
Okay.
Century. And he learns that his father, he discovers who his father is, and he's the bailiff of the town. So he's responsible for he evicts people when they don't pay. He's the law. He's the sheriff, basically. And he's a very mean man. And at some point, our young hero needs help. And his father bails him out. And it starts this tug of war between them because the father it's just a father and son butting heads. And they both have very strong character. And it's a beautifully told story. And this is where I discovered Jan Decleir and his magic. I don't know how else to put it. When you see the man on screen, it's something it takes my breath away.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, I gotta watch all these guys' films. But yeah, I didn't understand a word he was saying.
But it kind of helped you to start learning and comprehending what the.
Oh yeah, I mean, once you're into something that much, you can learn anything. So of course, it was no problem to spend time doing homework and
Oh, it's Calvo.
Oh. Mighty.
What's that?
Mighty.
You got that little tag on it, or else it's not legit.
So the song is exactly what I just told you. It's the story of me going there to learn Dutch, arrogantly thinking that it will be a breeze, discovering that it's not, and then discovering these films and learning not only a love for the language, but a new way to express myself through my love for his films. And the song references his films. So it's like to metaphors or what do we call them? Similes. Similes. That's a word I haven't said in a long time.
I would have never even thought of it either. I know what the word is, but I would have just let you. I don't know. I guess, yeah. But I do know what a simile is. And you guys, we're talking about Amelia's latest single, which y'all can go find right here in these links. Make sure you are clicking on there. You can go to her website, or you can go to the Song Whip and click on her single for whatever streaming service you have. So if it's not there.
So since you're doing this, I do appreciate that you did this, but it's fascinating to me. I'm a terrible marketer. I won't say I'm terrible. but I rail against authority. So if anybody says, this is the thing you got to do and it'll work, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And it's something I'm trying to grow out of, but baby steps. So this song whip, it has all of these links here. Oh, title. Why do people prefer this to their own website? Because
go ahead.
on my website, you can go, and I have the links, the ones that I like. I don't have title on there because I don't have title. And so I can't search for myself on title. I don't know where my stuff is. I haven't figured it out anyway. But then I have my Bandcamp, and then you can download it directly from my website, and then you can read the lyrics and you can read the story that I'm telling you. So I've always wondered why people prefer these little things, which is, and I'm not, there's no way to connect with the artist. It's just sending you somewhere else to a service. And I can't figure out why that's a good thing.
Well, it's a good thing because it offers distribution, to more places. And these streams will still count towards your for you, like especially for monetarily. But it definitely reduces how much you get. I mean, you're getting like 0.0000001% of a penny. So it's kind of a scam. It's kind of a scam. And
I just mean I can put that, and I have done so.
Yeah.
I can just put that whole thing on my own website.
Right. And like
that's
right
what
now,
I'm saying.
Yeah, and I guess it just makes your music more available in more places. That's all, rather than just one spot at your website.
No, but I'm saying the link, I can put a page exactly like what this song whip looks like on my website.
Right.
So
right.
at least when people click on it, they're going to my website. Mm-hmm. Now, if they want to leave from there and go to Spotify or go to YouTube or whatever, they have that option. Mm-hmm. If they just want to go and click on a song, it serves the same function as this. Mm. But I understand if you don't have a website that you would want something like this. But I don't understand why someone who had a website would need this. Is there some sort of magic going on with these links that they're like tracking something that I don't know about? Because I can get all the same analytics on my website if I want to know where these people came from.
Yeah, no. I get what you're saying, and in all honesty, you want people to go to your website, and because you want traffic to go to your website, and you want really it's sort of, you're just lining the pockets of these corporate overlords who is like gatekeeping the music industry right now. So it really is. I mean, the best way to look at it is that it's cool distribution, that you can put your music out there and it can be everywhere. But in reality, if you're talking about marketing and you're talking about like what's good for the artist, the best thing to do is go to the website, have everything go to your website, have all your information, like everything. Like the one thing that I contended with for years is having my podcast be hosted by SoundCloud. And so every time someone goes to because I'll advertise the podcast through my website link, but ultimately it comes to a page where you click on a SoundCloud link or a SoundCloud player. And that it works for now, but the problem with that is whenever they decide that they don't like what I'm saying, they can just turn it off, and then all of those are gone. Like all my episodes are gone, which is not great, especially for a podcaster. And I have like 510 episodes out right now, so that's not great. It's always best to have your content on your platform, just because English uses SongWhip for his artists because he can make a link fast without having to go back and forth with the guests.
Yeah, I like
guess.
that. And like I said, I'm glad that you did it. That was very nice of you. And I understand that it's serving a purpose in this regard. It was just when I see it, you know, if I'm on somebody's Instagram and I go, oh, I want to know more about this person, and I click on the link and it takes me to something like that, and that's all there is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm at a dead end. Because if I'm already listening to music on Spotify, I'm not going to click on your Spotify link if I'm in the middle of a Funkadelic album. So like, that's not, I got to like leave this tab open. Maybe I'll come back to it. You know, in 2 days, am I going to remember why I opened this in the first place? Like, I'd much rather go to your website. I see a picture of you, read a little bit. Maybe I'll be like, oh, I really want to turn off Funkadelic and listen to this right now. Now that I've read this bio, you know, I want to engage with it more than just like this thoroughfare. It's like it's too ephemeral. Or, I don't know.
I know what you're saying. I think that the way things are set up right now, with social media being sort of the dominant, you know, the dominant marketing force and the dominant way of communication and expression right now, and the youths are very used to it.
The youth started to change. Youth
started to change. Oh man, I miss the MGMT album. That was such a classic.
MGMTO?
What is it? MG. It's Management. I love that Management album. That Management album is amazing.
GTO. Yeah.
GTO. MGMT. Is that how it goes?
MGMT.
Thank you, Calvo. Thank you. Manglement. I love
Manglement.
No, that album, man. I was never able to get into their other albums, and I feel like
there was one other one after that that I liked, but not nearly as much as that one.
It's funny too because most of those songs on that first album were songs that they did in college, and like when they were like, you know, nothing, and you know, nobody knew who they were, and they were like really hungry for it, and they were just putting it together. And then once they found success, it was like one of those things where they hit gold at a very early in their career as a band, and then, you know, everything after that sort of became the leftovers. And what's sad is that from their perspective is like, you know, the later albums were like what they became and what they loved, you know, because those songs that came on the first album, they were like 10 years old or something by the time it came out. So they were like over that, and they passed that. They're like, we are so done with that. And so they're sort of were trapped by their own, like, you know, genius at the beginning stages. And they
like Yoko Ono.
We were watching the Yoko Ono with Chuck Berry.
I saw that on your TikTok. I love that. Every time I watch that, it cracks me up.
It's the greatest.
Chuck Berry's reaction. Really does. It's terrifying. You don't know what's coming.
Right. And like in that situation where you're performing, any kind of like harsh noise like that is just like, it takes you right out of whatever you're doing.
Oh, man. Yeah. Did I do that? Was that my mic?
Yeah, exactly. It sounded like mic feedback or something. Oh man.
How much
R.I.P.
are we paying these techs?
Well, I love Management, but you know, whatever.
Management, beta.
Yeah. Their beta form was great, but then they progressed.
I was thinking about that earlier. Well, I think about it a lot when I listen to albums from the 90s or whatever first albums I know from a band, and then you listen to other albums and it's never going to be as good. It's not as good as, you know, like nothing's going to be as good as Pearl Jam 10.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Like they can't do it. And it's not that they can't, it's just that the whole universe, like things were aligned.
Right.
It's never going to happen again.
Right.
Or like Black Crowes, Southern Harmony, Music Companion, whichever. That was my debate today. I was washing dishes and I was like, if you had to pick one, Amorica or Southern Harmony, the one you can't ever remember the title of. It was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough. It took me well into the rinsing, and I had to go with Southern Harmony. Like, Amorica's a solid album, but it just feels because I was, it was after high school. I was paying taxes or whatever, so it has this, it doesn't feel as carefree or as loose or I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got all that wherever I was in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it's funny how albums are.
Yeah.
I like that.
And bands, and because you are thinking, like, you got to think about it as like this is a collective of people who are going through things in their life, who are experiencing things differently. And they all have to sort of come together and make something new and there's pressures from record companies. It's like Incubus. I don't know if you're ever into Incubus, but like I felt like their second album is when they hit their stride, and then their third album, which actually put them over, broke them. What was sort of when they started to decline, in my opinion.
What was which one was Blood on the Ground? What song is that from? I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Let me see.
There's nothing ever. Because blood on my hands, blood on my shirt.
It's
somewhere.
This was later. Oh, Morning View. Yeah. So that was their third album. Yeah.
That was the third album.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Morning View.
I don't know before that really.
Well, they released an album called Science, which was just fucking awesome. I absolutely loved it, and it had like the funk stuff going on, and it had their harder stuff and their punk sensibility, and it was to me it was perfect. But then Morning View came out and everybody loved it and stuff, and I honestly, it sounded to me like they were sort of, they were peaking. And that's great, and I'm not trying. It's a great album. It's just, to me, Science was better. But, I don't know. I'm just the doughy guy in Ohio who's like, yeah, Science. and
well, it's also personal. That's what is
subjective.
Great. Like when you go to see a band that has, more than 3 albums, let's say, and the audience varies in ages and they vary in experience. I'm trying to think of a good example. I'm coming up with Steely Dan, and Steely Dan's not the best example because most of the, their catalog was the 70s.
Yeah.
And so people of all ages have experience with those same albums. It's not like, I'm trying to think of like a Rolling Stones. They don't really work either. I don't know. I've only been to one Rolling Stones concert.
Oh, that's more than me.
I'm trying to imagine a scenario in which that they would work. So say there's somebody older in the crowd and they're saying, oh, when Flowers came out, they'd be really old. They probably wouldn't be at the, but anyway.
They might be,
Yeah, I was going to my prom or whatever, and then somebody else is like,
Ruby Tuesday or whatever he said.
yeah. So somebody else is like, oh no, it's definitely I might blanking on Stones albums. Yeah, definitely
It's not Exile, man.
Let It Bleed. Yeah, Exile. That was my high school. So everybody's gonna have a different emotional attachment to. Yeah,
art is subjective, right?
Yeah,
but it's different for different people.
It is funny. I guess what everybody wants is to be lucky enough to have, that much work, that much output that people can relate to your music over time. Different people. Yeah, I think it's really hard to keep fans for the whole time unless you're doing the same kind of music, maybe. I don't know. How do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I understand. And like even like a band like Pink Floyd that, you know, they just generationally have fans. And like even with Roger Waters, who's going out on the road with The Wall, and he's going out playing those old albums. And in fact, he said he's going to re-record Dark Side of the Moon.
He's off his rocker. Okay, you need to sit down somewhere. Like, I don't
Take
know
a seat, Grandpa.
But even that's a good that you bring them up because they've had tons of albums.
Yeah.
Since then, but we only ever talk about 3.
Yeah.
You know, like no matter how old you are, it's Pink Floyd. Nobody has a poster of that random album from 1987.
Final Cut
like
or Division Bell. Yeah.
Exactly. Diehard Pink Floyd fan. But it's like, you know, you walk in any bar, you see Dark Side of the Moon. Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Dark Side, The Wall, maybe Animals. You know, it's
No.
Or Wish You Were Here. My bad.
Animals.
It was Wish You Were
You
Here.
might as well say Zabriskie Point. No.
But why are you mad at Roger Waters?
I'm just saying it's not. Oh, why am I mad at Roger Waters?
Oh no, finish your thought, and then we can move on to Roger bashing.
No, I finished my thought.
My thought is done.
I'm not Roger. You know what? I can't because I don't follow the news or anything. Really, not very well. I read headlines.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get them sent to me in my email. It's all I can handle.
I understand.
And then I read a lot of music industry journal stuff. Also mostly headlines because a lot of it's clickbait. So you gotta be wary of what you. But I just ran across something that he was bad mouthing Zelensky last week or something, and I didn't read the whole thing. But I thought that's quite a turn because last year they made this song with the Ukrainian soldier. Yeah.
Well, Pink Floyd did, not Roger. Rogers is no longer part of Pink Floyd.
Oh, I'm glad that I came out of the closet with my. I don't really know what I'm talking about because now I don't feel so bad. But that's not why I was saying he should sit down. I was just saying. Like we don't need any more Pink Floyd.
Well, yeah, the idea
if he's gonna put out something like redo something out that's already been done.
That's so stupid to me. Yeah, I agree with you completely. Like Dark Side of the Moon was a perfect album. It is a perfect album. Like there's
don't
nothing.
Mess with it.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do to make that album better. It was like the peak of their creativity as a whole, as a collective, you know. And it was just, it was beautiful, man. And like to go back and be like, this is the way it was supposed to be. Like, who the fuck are you, Roger Waters, to tell us what it's supposed to be?
See,
it's too late, bitch.
When I said he needed to go sit down somewhere. Next time, just don't question me. Okay, just cut that part out.
Well, no, because Roger Waters just spoke at the UN on behalf of Russia. And that's what I thought you were.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the headline that I didn't click on because I don't want to be bothered with this stuff. I didn't know it was going to be a pop quiz. That's exactly what it was. That's what I remember not reading.
Yeah. Oh.
It was so bizarre. That's what it was. I was like, this can't be real. Because when you see something like that, you're like, this is clickbait. Yeah. Nobody would say that.
No, he's going deep. He's going deep. He's going real deep on it. Like we've been covering it on the show, to the dismay of the community. But we've been covering it on the show because I am like a really hardcore Pink Floyd fan. I came up. No, I don't care. No, who cares? I'm a big boy. I can fucking I know that he's talking shit. You know, and he's labeled right now as like an anti-Semite, because he's speaking on because there's some things with Israel who's killing Palestinians on their land, and then he's talking on behalf of Russia, because at the UN because
he's got to sit down. Why did just see?
He's
it's reminding me of like Clint Eastwood. And Clint Eastwood broke my heart. What was he? Was he like at McCain rally or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. He was on a stage. And
Yeah, on a chair,
talking
right?
to a chair.
Yeah.
Supposed to be Obama or something.
It was
happening
against
right now?
Obama. Yeah.
I was like, why is this happening? What did I ever do to you, Clint Eastwood? Except love you. Like, I don't understand. Why is this relevant? Who gave this man a microphone? What is going on?
What was it? It was a whole speech where he was on a chair. Like he sat on it too, like the chair.
He like talked to an empty chair. I think he was talking. There was no one in the chair. He was pretending he was talking to Obama. It was very surreal.
Yeah, it was really weird.
I started thinking like,
It was an RNC speech. Was that talking to chair?
And also,
oh God, sorry
totally
guys.
That cat
it was
noveling.
super loud. Sorry about that.
It was.
Hold on. Let's just.
Maybe he was trying to do like a Weston from like Cold Dead.
Cold Dead.
It did not go well.
No, people like railed against him.
The man who created probably the most talked about moment at
Reina.
any convention.
Esperanza's so dope.
She is dope, but like she gets so technical and like it gets so wild sometimes that it does get like get the fuck out of here.
I love it. Yeah, so you like you don't have to go there.
Well, and I personally I'm into that kind of stuff, like Snarky Puppy and stuff. It's like all that.
That's not technical.
Okay, Snarky Puppy's not technical. Okay.
Not as technical as Esperanza.
Right. Well,
I mean,
what she released that album where she was like a whole different character and like she.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's
Emily.
wild. And if you're not into that and you love the Esperanza from like, you know, where she's singing, I know that you know, I love you, baby. You know, if you really loved her like straightforward jazz that she had, I think off of Esperanza, the self-titled, and then you go and listen to that, you're just like, what is happening?
See, this is a perfect example. The devolution of Emily was the first Esperanza Spalding I ever heard in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. So that was I was like, what, give me more of this. And then it was just like, I love you. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Then you're like, wait a second, this is really.
I'm like, this is nice, but I was looking for more of that other stuff. And then, but now I've, come to appreciate it. So she has a really good album just came out last month. Her and a pianist, beautiful.
Oh, was it the Italian pianist dude?
I don't know, but there's a really good. It's Girl Talks on it. It's a really fun version of Girl Talk. Anyway, I got into it, but I was really just like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, I want more of that. So it really depends on when you come in.
Yeah, no, it does.
Introduced to somebody, but I love that she's all about being versatile.
Yeah.
Did it hurt your brain and soul, Reina?
It for me, I enjoy it. I like that kind of stuff. Like that to me is like where my brain is all the time. It's
what's that silly girl go? All right, we're gonna watch this silly man go.
You couldn't. Yeah, Reina likes to sing along. She like if she can't sing to it.
Young lover. I'll teach you how one day, Reina, when you grow up. Get a little older. I'll show you how to sing.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just watch. This is just a
Diane Sawyer.
Diane Sawyer.
Convention broke his silence today. Clint Eastwood. He finally addressed what he was thinking with the monologue to that empty chair. Here's ABC's Dan.
Can we just see the empty chair?
I've got Mr. Obama sitting here.
Whether you thought it was rambling and cringeworthy.
What do you want me to tell Romney? I can't tell him to do that. Can't do that to himself.
Or hilarious and brilliant.
I'm not going to shut up. It's my turn.
There is no denying it was the most talked about speech of either convention. And now, in an interview with his hometown paper in California.
Wait a second. He did an interview with with the local press.
But he's a mayor. He's the mayor of Carmel for
I didn't
20
know.
years or something. Probably own the newspaper. You probably planned the whole thing. Like, I want to do this.
I
Like,
hope
here's
so.
our
Carmel Pine
I hope he did. I hope that's what
Cone,
that.
Clint Eastwood gives a blow-by-blow of how it came.
But wait, we want the speech.
No.
Oh my god.
About to speak.
All right, you asked for this. You want look at, and it's like the fucking good, bad, and the ugly.
That's what we keep
Yeah.
forgetting. We're like, no. I'm not a Republican, but I listen to everything Clint Eastwood has to say. I trust Clint Eastwood. Let's hear what he has to say.
Mr. Obama, tear down that wall. Oh God. Let's just hear a little bit. Let's just hear a little bit of. We won't go too big. We believe.
Thank you.
Come on.
So,
All right. Come on.
nature of the word itself are play a little more close to the vest. They don't go around a hot dog in it. So,
Hot dog. I don't know.
some of them around town.
Come on,
having it
where's the good-
because
Here we go. Here we go. Here's the good
well, I
stuff.
know even some of the people in your own party were very disappointed when you didn't close Gitmo. And I thought, well, I think closing Gitmo, why close that? We've spent so much money on it. But I thought maybe it's an excuse. What do you mean, shut up? Okay. I thought it was just because somebody had a stupid idea of trying terrorists in downtown New York City. Maybe that was it.
All right, that's enough. That was a great.
It's painful.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it
yeah.
really is him just going, oh, in my day, and yeah, it really was him just like struggling to breathe and talk all at the same time, and form sentences.
It's funny. It reminds me. It's funny. I was listening to a podcast earlier this week about the rise of white nationalism. I don't remember what the podcast was called, but they kind of were going around. They said it was around the world, but the part I heard was really just dealing with Russia and the United States. And the host or the person doing the interviews had uncovered these groups in the United States that were, committed violent acts, and he was asking whoever the organization is, the government organization that's responsible for making terrorist lists. They had just added a group from Russia, a white nationalist group from Russia, RIM, they're called. They said, okay, it's designated them an official terrorist group. So the interviewer, the host is asking, well, why aren't these other groups, the domestic groups on this list that also commit? Not Michael Stipe, RIM, like Pacific.
RIM, like RIM?
Yeah.
Oh, that's me in the corner, hating all the J. No, okay.
No, because that's too tempting, and it would be terrible, maybe after hours. So the State Department or whatever it was just like, it's really difficult, it's a complicated process to make something a terrorist organization designate, and the host says to us, but it didn't seem so hard after 9/11. Just like everybody was getting thrown on that list.
Right. Wow. Yeah, you're right. That is interesting, right? Because there's two very distinct different things, right? There's like one was Islamic, brown, and the other looked like the guy who's talking probably. So there might be something to that.
But it's like I guess I hadn't ever really thought about it before because it's a sad reason I hadn't thought about it before. If I'm correct, this is what's just occurred to me now. White nationalism has never occurred to me that it would be a terrorist threat because it's something that's so ingrained in American culture. It's just like something I have to put up with. So it would like never occur to me that someone would come along and say, no, these guys can't do that because they've been doing it forever. So that's sad.
Yeah.
But then when I thought about that, I said, this is how deep the roots of racism run, that the State Department, the government, whatever, will put their own citizens' lives in danger just because they don't feel comfortable saying that these white boys over here are a terrorist group. Yeah. Like, are they really though? That's just like Jeff and Tim. You know what I mean? Like, wrap your head around that. Yeah. That is some phenomenal.
Well, it's their constituents, so they don't want to.
But I don't get, like, so you're gonna let your constituents bomb you? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, from a survival thing, like, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. It's idiocracy. You know.
Yeah. Well, it seems like this country is sort of just. It's sort of is submitting to just to the notions of whatever gets them in more power, or whatever it doesn't disrupt their power structure.
Yeah, but I mean, it's they're always having to fight. It's fleeting because it's not sustainable. Like, you cannot sustain power if your subjects don't make enough money to feed, clothe, and house themselves and take care of their children.
Right.
They are always going to be attacking you and stealing from you. Yeah. And you're just going to live in paranoid fear. Wouldn't it be much easier to give everybody a piece of the pie? And then you can go about your life on your yacht. You don't have to worry about people, you know, I mean, extreme circumstances, sure, like that cartel guy you cheated, you know, whatever. But like, you know, the entire world isn't going to be tense and angry and without and in need. But you know, it's human nature, and it's no reason to get in a tizzy about it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You're from here, so like I can imagine that you do care a little bit, and I definitely care because I'm actually here, and I'm actually dealing with the downstream effects of how people will put power and money over safety and just basic fucking just update your brakes, bro. Why does it have to be brakes from the Civil War? Like, come on, man. Like, what's going on here? Like, you can't do that. And it's all because they're trying to save a little money. And it's the same thing with our infrastructure here. Our infrastructure is crumbling. It's from like the 50s, and it's just because we won't put in, like, you have these private corporations who won't spend the money because it cuts into the bottom line. And so therefore, you know, people in Texas, you know, a couple years ago froze in their garages, and you have these power outages and rolling blackouts. It's wild. As a country, we've been completely captured by corporate interest. And whatever.
And how is that better than communism? I mean, the things you're describing sounds like the exact same horror stories because that we were told when I was a kid. It's like, you don't want communism's bad. You got to stand in line for bread. There's no power. There's no gas. You know, and it's fascinating to me.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's the same result.
It's an oligarchy. It's become an oligarchy, basically. Our country has become an oligarchy, and it's whoever has the most, and it gets to make the rules. And I think that if it was a true capitalistic state or country, then we wouldn't be bailing out these awful companies. Just printing money, by the way. Like when people are back in the pandemic, when they were giving out all that money to people, you know, just to stay home, that was like 1 or 2% of the entire budget was giving it to the people. The rest was all corporate bailouts. So if you're talking about true capitalism, we wouldn't have we would just let those people fail. We would just let it fail, right? But we're not.
But the problem is...
we go ahead. Well, it isn't a capitalistic state. There is a it's corporate socialism, basically, is what it is.
It's even more. What's the word I want to say?
Nefarious?
Not treacherous. Yes, because the corporations are not domestic corporations.
Right.
I mean, these are they're multinational mafias.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as if the United States government has a choice. You have to bail these companies out, because otherwise you're going to be in trouble with the governments of 7 to 8 other countries.
China.
Yeah, you don't want to. I don't know.
Russia.
Don't even get me started on the headlines I haven't read about the balloons.
Oh my God, that fucking balloon. Well, now they're finding.
There's like 8 of them.
Yeah.
He's Biden's sounding more like Charlton Heston. He's like, "Arr."
Yeah. Cold and
Ski, pull.
Bro, no, it's crazy. No, it is crazy because they
Why are you shooting things down from the sky?
Well, okay, so first of all, it apparently China was like, it was a weather balloon, but it was floating over some like places where we hold nuclear weapons, and it had a high definition camera on it, and it did have a self-destruct explosives on it, allegedly. So there is some weird stuff going on with that. Like, why is that over here or whatever?
But that was like the first one, wasn't it? Haven't there been 7 balloons since then?
Yeah, Calvo. No, we were talking about the derailment earlier. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with that too. Go check out the VOD. But the balloon thing is weird. And now they're saying, because there were some UFOs, that were being shot down, like over Lake Superior and over near Michigan, up in the Yukon and Alaska and Canada. And now the president is saying that it was just weather stuff. They were like weather vehicles or something. And
okay, so then they really were UFOs.
Probably, yeah, because that's what did they say back in the 1950s?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Why would you shoot something at, like, what is that? You don't need to shoot. It's just so weird and barbaric. You've got those planes, those fighter jets that can come in and escort things.
Yeah.
You could go pop it. You could go get up close and see what it was.
Like,
Make sure there's nobody in it. Like, what if there's somebody in there? Like meteorologist Jeff from Channel 7 Wichita. He just got blown off track, and here the government's like, kill it. Oh!
Killed.
And poor Jeff, he's like, he doesn't get paid enough money for that.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea, Reina. We could have sent drone cameras up there to see what was going on.
Anything. You're just shooting things out of the sky? That's insane.
Well, we're also...
They have to be UFOs. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, something's weird, or it's a distraction from... the horrors that are going on
even
every
as
day.
A distraction. I mean, come on, you could give us like a sex tape or something. Not shooting things out of the sky. That's the pretty serious business.
But ain't that America? I mean, like, blow it up.
Ain't that America? I want to free, baby. Maybe it's a Democratic show of strength.
Well,
because Democrats are anti-violence, gun laws, and they have trouble getting all this passed and stuff. So maybe they have trouble getting, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's late. Maybe that was like a tactic. Like, we got to show some brawn. We're coming up on the.
I mean, in
midterms or whatever they're called.
Yeah, in some way, I was like, well, at least they did something, because. No. It was just floating around it was floating around for like weeks before they decided to do anything. And then their solution was blow it up, but like still it's like,
do you really think China, first of all,
why would China send a balloon that's 2 stories tall?
Just be like, they won't notice, or what are they going to do about, like, you're going to shoot?
The funny
Like, we're
thing,
over here worried about what, my next door neighbor is going to do. If he's going to, like, occupy all of Eastern Europe in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And the U.S. is just like, don't worry about it. We're just going to start war with China. So you don't have to worry about that.
Well,
like, it's just insane. Like, stop shooting things.
Well,
Out of the sky.
Well, it's also very profitable. It's a very profitable. The people who fund these campaigns are the people who make these weapons, and so who cares if a couple million people die in the process? We're gonna be rich, It's
Again, not sustainable until it's like your son or your daughter or your whatever. A piece of balloon falls down in your dad's farm.
What was interesting, it was the balloon was like 2 stories tall, and the thing that was on it with big solar panels was like the size of a school bus. So it's just like, it's just this huge thing that's floating around. No, I agree. Like, here's the interesting thing about Roger Waters, and sort of bring it back, and Grandpa's talking.
Yes.
But he was calling for peace, and he was calling for peace on all sides. He was talking, and to his credit, he condemned Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine. But he was calling for peace, and a lot of what he says is like, whoa, where are you getting your information? I need to know where you're getting your information, because that's weird. But when I hear, because I'm very anti-war, and I think most people are anti-war, and so, and the things that he was saying too is like, you're only feeding this war machine, this for profit, and so in some ways, in some of the things he was saying, I think was very a great thing he was saying, because anybody who's calling for peace is. Yeah, let's call for peace. Let's all just lay this shit down and figure this out. And it does seem like the United States, especially, is the driving force pushing everybody into this war. I mean, this war in Ukraine is basically a proxy war for us as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, anytime there's an opportunity to show aggression against Russia, the U.S. is not going to take a backseat to that. But I'm with you too. Peace would be lovely and ideal, but if there were people in my backyard knocking on my door, blowing up my house and my neighbors, I'd have to put peace on the back burner. I got bigger fish to fry, more things to worry about.
Absolutely. No,
so
what are they supposed to do? Just lie down and die, or let them just roll over them and shit? Like,
no, then we would all be in trouble.
Right.
It would all be in a great deal of trouble.
Was Finland a part of the Soviet Union at one time?
I'm hesitating because I'm not certain. No, I don't think the Soviet Union existed in the way that we know it.
It was the sphere of
when it
influence.
was still when Finland was still under the control of
the Nazis.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
What is that? I just saw in August 1939, Nazi Germany and Soviet Union agreed that Finland belonged to the Soviet Union's sphere of influence.
Oh, well then why'd you ask me again?
I just Googled it. I don't know. You live there. I just thought you knew everything.
There's no more Soviet Union.
I know there's no more Soviet Union. I know there's no more. I know.
No, I thought that.
Duke, what's up, baby?
Well, now
it was part of Russia, but not sure the Soviet Union. Okay.
Just said I don't know.
That's okay.
Thank you, Captain Overland. That's what I was thinking. But if he Googled it, I mean, if that's what the Bing AI said.
Oh my God, have you messed with the AI stuff?
No, I just heard I was listening to a podcast about it yesterday. That was hilarious.
It's pretty awesome.
I don't think I'm ready for that, Jelly.
You're not ready for it? Are you surprised on how fast the AI is taking our gerbs as musicians?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I honestly have no idea. Like, even less idea than the question you just asked me about the Soviet Union. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, So right now you can go onto an AI website and you can put in certain keywords and it will make a song tailored to your keywords. And no longer do people need to pay somebody to make music for them for their movies or for their YouTube videos. There's those AI generated art that's going around. I don't know, you might have saw it on the interwebs where people were putting in AI stuff. So
I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
It's everything's fine. Just home from work, crazy day today. Hope everyone's doing. Yeah, Duke.
Hey, Duke.
Welcome in, buddy. Yeah, I hope your day is getting better.
I think it's fine because there's always been generic crap stuff. So it's like, what difference does it make if it's the same three people, not the Brill Building, because the Brill Building never put out crap pop. But you know, the crap pop equivalent of the Brill Building. Doesn't matter if it's three people, same people in there cranking out bubblegum pop tunes, or if it's an AI. Like, it doesn't matter. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned. Like, AI is never going to replace Joni Mitchell. So
yeah. There's the idea of once Neuralink comes into play, which I'm sure
what's that?
You don't know what Neuralink is? Oh man, read some more
know.
headlines, bro.
I've known nothing since we started this. I think I'm like 1 for 3 in getting my facts straight. Read some more headlines. That's the problem. I only read the headlines.
Neuralink is something that Elon Musk is developing. That guy. He made Twitter better. He made it better.
I had to leave Twitter. It wasn't just, he was like the straw.
Yeah.
It wasn't all him.
No, Twitter is a toxic cesspool of garbage, but I get a lot of my like industry news from there, so it's fun.
I could just like not click on links like I do on headlines. I was just like, what is it? What is the point of coming here? To like,
yeah. Well, to me, it's not really a social app. I don't use it for any kind of social, because people just go on there to argue and yell just garbage at each other. But for me, it's like a information source, and there's a lot of breaking, like music news that kind of comes through there. That's very helpful for me. Otherwise, like if I'm reading through comments, I'm just like, I can't even take it, man. Like I have to like delouse afterwards because it's so gross. But the Neuralink is it's a brain implant that Elon Musk wants us to hook directly into the internet with. But he wants to get people to walk that can't walk, and people to see who can't see, and people to hear that can't hear, which is very noble. And if it works, that's amazing. But then he wants to take it to the next level where people, have these implants and they're able to interface with the internet, and we're able to sort of grow our brains and just exponentially. But the idea is that there's Yuval, what's his name? Is that his name? Yuval. He wrote 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. He's part of the WEF, if you know what that is.
WWF?
No, yeah, that's right, brother. Yuval Harari.
I just saw wrestling.
Yuval Harari, he has this book called 21 Lessons for the 21st Century, where he talks about how AI is going to take over arts one day. Because if you imagine, if you have an implant, you have a neural implant that is able to read your emotions and access to your memories, you're going to be able to create music and out of emotions and memories and feelings and smells that's going to be completely tailored to your everything, to your physiology even. And so that was one way they were saying that it's possible for AI to sort of take over the arts. But
no. What's the point of that? Like, I'll have my own like nice soundtrack while I'm brushing my teeth, but there's no exchange. Like, Picasso didn't like paint paintings to just like stay at home and stare at them himself. like this sounds like this is a perfect painting for me. I'm Picasso. I made a Picasso painting.
For me.
The point is that you share it with the world.
Well, you'll be able to put it out into the world as well. So,
but if you're saying that it's going to be tailored to Picasso, well, I guess it'd be tailored to Picasso.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you that it's going to be hard to take the human element out of art because it is such a human thing. I can see how some of these, like for instance, I'm not gonna hire an artist anymore to do my album covers because I can just go and get AI to generate it, and it's fucking dope, and I like it, and it works for me what I want.
That's terrible.
I know, but there's hundreds of thousands of artists who are thinking in that same terms. Well, I don't have to pay now to have an artist do something for me. It cuts down on overhead. And I don't. And by the way, I've never hired an artist to do my album. I've always done my own album covers because I know how to use these fucking programs.
Tell me then, what is the difference between what you're saying about this AI? I don't have to pay someone. I can do it. The machine makes it easier. Blah, blah, blah. What is the difference in that and the conversation we were having about capitalism earlier?
What was the premise of the question? I'm sorry. Was the difference or what?
Yeah, you're removing. You're saving a buck.
Yeah.
So how is this saving a buck different than saving a buck on a factory worker?
Well, it's not because you're putting other people out of work, I suppose. I mean, because AI is taking jobs from factory workers as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like
so
we have a whole AI.
Why is this good and the other one is not good? That's what I'm saying. To me, that's exactly the same thing.
Well, yeah, and I agree, and also, I was being a bit facetious in regards to, because I do my own album art anyways, because I have that kind of talent. But I would never do that. But I don't sell that talent. But I know exactly what you're saying, and I 100% agree with you. But what I am saying is that there are people out there who are other artists who are like, I do most of this work myself, and maybe I don't have the skills to go on Photoshop and do that kind of work. And I can't really afford it. I mean, you think about artists who are struggling to just pay Spotify to put out their music. And so
you're preaching to the choir.
No, I know, right? There's so much money that goes into, mixing, mastering, paying musicians, whatever it is. If you can cut down on cost on some of that, people are going to do that. And it's the same, and like you said, it's the same thing as outside of Houston right now. There's a McDonald's that's fully automated. And if you think it's going to stop there, then it's not. It's going to keep going. Like, soon, all of our cars gonna be automated, all of our McDonald's and our Burger Kings, all that shit. Hey, what is it? Samo! What's up, buddy? Welcome in. What up, Raiders? We are talking to Amelia Ray, who is a fantastic artist and musician. And we're talking about AI, but we got a raid song. Do you got time? How are you feeling, Amelia?
I'm amped. I'm like.
Let's not forget about the AI replacing artists talk.
Amped. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm opinionated.
I've read the headlines.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Hey guys, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Raiders.
This is Amelia, and if you guys want to, thank you for that shout out. Whoever did the shout out. And here is Amelia's information as well. She has a new single out. My name is Mike. I do music news, and I also talk to musicians. We do music interviews, and I also have a raid song for you guys. So give me 1 second.
Raid song.
because we
Get
got
some water.
go get
Can I
us
get
water.
some water?
Go get some water because this is a little bit here. So, all right, guys, this is for you. Welcome in, Samo. Welcome in, friends. Samo, how was your stream, my friend? How was it? Mighty, thank you so much for that gifted sub. Oh my God, there's so much going on here. Let's go.
May I have a yes for your breath?
Don't you acquiesce, I want a real yes. If you don't want to bang, let's stay up just to hang. I want you into this so I can give you sexy bliss. And if you change your mind, we can still have a really good time. All I wanna do is touch your boobs. I just wanna touch your boobs, Raiders. Mighty, thank you for that gifted sub. Raiders, I want to touch your boobs. If it's okay with you, only if I got your consent, though. I don't want to just be grabbing titties without your consent here. Consent is what I do before I touch you. I will take a cold shower, then let's talk about girl power. I just want to make you happy with those boobs. You may slap me. Let's not rush this love connection. This is deeper than my erection. If you reject my male gaze, I'll look away and feel ashamed. All I want to do is touch your boobs. I touch my own boobs. That's right. Raiders, let's go. All I wanna do is touch your boobs. If that's right with you, consent is what I do before I touch your boobs. If yes means yes, and no means no, then baby, let me finger blast your soul. All I wanna do is touch your boobs. If that's right with you, consent is what I do before I touch your boobs. All I wanna do is touch your boobs. If that's right with you, consent is what I do before I touch your boobs.
May I have a yes to grab his breath?
Thank you, Raiders. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Mighty, thank you so much for those biddies. I appreciate that. Thank you guys very much. And Raiders, thank you guys for coming on over. Samo, I hope I would usually ask for consent before squeezing boobs, but I have to go to an HR meeting about not consenting for the last boobs I touch. Sounds like a real problem, Samo. I'm sorry to hear that. You gotta remember, if you want to touch those boobs, you gotta get permission first. You can't just be grabby. Anyways, so AI is taking over artists' jobs.
I don't know what I went to the bathroom and I came back and I'm even more lost. I'm kicking myself about this Soviet Union question.
You should have known that.
It's making me put on Barack voice.
Don't make me start talking to you like Clint Eastwood. Don't tell me to shut up, Obama. Well, I do want to talk about your new your latest single, since we got some Raiders here, and because you got an interesting story about this art. Because speaking of AI art,
oh man,
let me go over here and tell us the adventure you had getting this. And this is the art, right, that you were talking about. Oh, that's not.
Yeah, that's the artwork. You mean the story of how the struggle
Well,
to
I
make
mean,
that
where
happen.
did you get it? How did you find it? I mean, because this is a very specific piece because it's about Jan Eclair, the
No,
actor.
stop that. Well, the portrait, the artwork was put together by someone else.
Yeah.
So the entire package, but just the portrait I found on Instagram 3 years ago. I was looking for Jan Decleir stuff, I guess, and I happened upon it. I was like, that's really cool. I've been wanting to write a song for Jan Decleir, and I want to use this as the cover for that single whenever I write it. So I just I added it to my favorites or whatever. And then last year when I was writing the song, working, getting recorded, I reached out to this person on Instagram and I said, hey, this is your post from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I want to use this for my album, for my song I'm dedicating to Jan Decleir. What do you want from me, basically? And he said, I really love this idea. I think it's great. I mean, obviously a huge Jan Decleir fan myself, but I can't give you permission to use my portrait without permission from the photographer because he'd drawn it based on a photo of Jan Decleir.
Yeah.
Now, I had no idea that you needed to acquire permission, that's how it worked. I just figured you drew this thing.
Right.
It's yours.
Okay, so you were talking to the actual artist who did this drawing of I almost said it. I almost did it. I almost did, but I didn't out of respect. Jan and
Thank you, Captain Emeline.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I'm vindicated.
Soviet
I was losing
Union.
my mind.
Not yet. No, it I appreciate that. And just so people listening know that Captain has confirmed that Finland was not part of the Soviet Union yet. It was established in 1922, and Finland became independent in 1917. So we
That's what I said.
that's what she said. That's what she said. There's record of it.
Doubting myself.
But that is very interesting that because I would have never thought that either. If you just drew something, I just figured, even if it's based on a picture, that it's fair game. Now that's my content.
Yeah. No, he was very serious, and he sent me the law, basically, Google, but they clearly explained it. So, and I said, well, so then I asked, I found Jan Decleir's management, and I said, hey, this is what I'm about. This is what I want to do. I'm not going to use, and I told the artist this too. I said, I'm not going to use this image in any merchandise. I'm not going to make any money off it. I'm not going to put your picture on a T-shirt and sell it.
Right.
And so, and then I said, but to Jan Decleir's management, I said, do you know who took this photograph? Because it looked like a promo photo, a press photo. Like your manager would say, you need to go get some headshots.
Yeah.
So I figured that the manager would just say, oh yeah, there's a headshot session from 2009. So manager said, oh, this is a great idea. Let me see if we can find the photographer.
Wow. So they were gonna take the time and effort to wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. And so they came back and they said, we don't know who took it. But you don't need Jan's permission to use it.
Oh.
If good luck finding the photographer. Let us know how the project goes. And so then I went back to the artist and I said, here's where we're at. Like, kind of, and I was sort of expecting him to say like, okay, like just use it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he did it. But I was just thinking like, this is so bizarre. I never knew that this was a thing, but clearly I'm reading, there's a law, there's the rules that this guy sent me.
Yeah.
So, there was no credit. Like he sent me the website where he'd found the picture and there was no photographer credit. So I first went on a search. I wrote the website, and they're like, we don't know.
Oh my god.
And then I went looking for similar photos of Jan Decleir. And like, no, could this have been the same photographer? Could this have been the same photo session? So I'd find one and I'd write them and I'd say, hey, did you take this photo?
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for you if you did. And like, nothing. Or no. And then I found the photo with credit, and it just said photo by WMD.
Weapons of mass destruction.
I know.
Damn it.
It's a theme tonight. So then I was like, okay, at least I have initials. So then I went on initial search for every WMD photographer I could find. And I emailed every studio I came across. Like, did you take this photo? I found a website of a British crime novelist, and she has photographs of, I guess, the locations where her novels take place. And the photographer credit underneath some seaside, view was WMD. Oh. So I wrote this woman's like this novelist. I was like, I'm looking for this WMD. So she puts me into, like, she emails WMD, who took the picture that's on her website. It says, WMD, this woman's trying to find you. Connect. And so then I'm emailing, reply all. This is my name. This is what I want to do. Because now we're getting down to the wire.
Yeah.
It's been like 2-3 month search.
Wow.
And please, let us know if you get. And the other photographer, the artist, he's in on it too. He's waiting with bated breath. And so this guy is like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't take that picture.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, okay, thank you for your time. And then it occurs to me why I didn't contact the site where I first found WMD underneath the photo. Ooh. And it was a newspaper.
Oh, sharp.
So I went back to that page and I was like, I'll just write the newspaper. So I wrote them and I was like, who took this photo? And then within an hour, 2 people had emailed me like, oh, it's this guy.
Wow. So
then I wrote that guy and I was just like, please be this guy. It was like, I don't want to write this email again, ever. And so I told him my whole story again and what I wanted to do and how I wasn't going to, sell it and put it on a t-shirt or anything. And I already had the permission from him. And he was like, oh, it's a great idea. Sure. Do whatever you want. So I was like, yes, finally. But that was really like the last, I don't think that happened until the beginning of this year. I mean, like the second or third week of January. And, you're supposed to submit these things like a month in advance for distribution. That didn't happen. But we finally got it. And then the artist sent me, I never know which way I'm supposed to. Which way do I go? Where do I go? He sent me the original.
Oh.
So I have my
own. Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on.
I won't touch it.
Yeah, don't do anything.
Dare touch it.
Well, there it is. There it is. Wait a second.
And there's you.
Oh, yeah, and that's me. Wait a second. So that's the original drawing?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They sent you the original drawing?
Yeah.
That's fucking rad.
I am.
That is so
I'm so stoked. I just got it like 2 days ago or something.
Wow. That is the coolest shit I've ever heard. All that, and you still ended up with the thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
Because even if like the guy was like, I'll sell it to you, I wouldn't have been able to use it.
Right.
Without that whole search. So that was
wow. I wonder what Ric Flair is going to say when he finds out that I've been using his image for shitty jokes.
Yeah, it's I don't know. But I do have an idea for a t-shirt I want to get made.
With that
I'm
image.
Debating.
You should just use that.
No. No.
Just do it, man. Fuck it.
That says, "Ik ben Jacob declared.
And what does that mean?
Mad about the boy. I'm crazy for Declaire.
Ik ben gek op Declaire. Ik ben gek op Declaire. That sounds like I'm having a seizure.
Yeah, well, when you say it, yeah.
Moving Dutchman!
Thank you, Moving Dutchman.
Thank you for gift subbing Amelia Ray music. Oh my God.
Now I can make the Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I can have a flare up.
Yeah, flare. That don't sound good, but that's fine. We're all gonna have a flare up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, look, Moving Dutchman loves Declaire too.
Yeah.
/
translating
oh yeah, he's translating. How dare you? Don't summon the Dutch. It's too late. It's too late. Moving Dutchman, you're 2 away, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. Not rushing, but I got you. I got you. As soon as that drops, I got you, baby. I got you. Moving Dutchman demands specialties every 100 gifted subs.
I see. I see.
He demands them. and I shall deliver. Plan for August 23. Fair. It's perfect. That's perfect. That's fine.
Got plenty of time.
Yeah, Moving Dutchman, that would be totally fine with me. I wouldn't be mad. What the fuck, Moving Dutchman? Give some more subs. Have you ever been in streams like that? We're like, come on, guys.
I haven't been in a stream in like 2 years. I watched. Is that like the proper verb?
Sure.
I watched Reina a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
That was everything felt new. It's like I don't know what to do, but the emojis and the
Reina's stream is
etiquette.
Reina's stream is so different now. Like she mostly just talks about like boobs and like buttholes.
Yeah, it was nice. I didn't say that word.
Yeah, that's all she does now. That's like her whole shtick is just her saying that word over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh, and Moving Dutchman is fresh.
Fresh.
That's very fresh.
That's a lot of fresh.
That's a good amount of fresh. So I think people, especially, I know you got some fans here from Twitch. So I think they would love to know what you've been up to and what prompted you to sort of step away from streaming.
I really wanted to spend time doing other things. I got really addicted to learning cover songs, which I love doing. But I was just like, I'd play them once and I was like, okay, it's like really like a junkie. Like, okay, I need another song. Give me another. I already played that King Crimson song. So, and I was just spending too much time on it and I wasn't getting other things done. Like I wasn't progressing with anything. So I just kind of quit cold turkey. Also, a neighbor who lived on that side, she's no longer with us, but she was rather advanced and the noise was, her caretakers would kind of make some comments sometimes because I was over here singing King Crimson songs. And she was dying on the other side of the wall.
Aww,
so
R.I.P. neighbor.
It was a nice time to be quiet. So I started studying writing. So I wrote a play, a one-act musical. Studying screenwriting, studying songwriting, writing a bunch of songs. Obviously, working on, getting these songs out because I have so many projects and songs in my head, and I just never sit down and finish them.
Yeah.
And I realized that I had a big block for that. And it was just really not believing in myself for the past 30 years, even seeming like I did, but realizing that I didn't really. So working through that, getting the old checkup from the neck up and turning middle age from the neck down. So, it's been It's been a party over here.
What a fucking party, baby. Let's go. Oh.
Hermitville, exactly.
Let's go.
But, you know, learning lots of stuff about myself. Yeah. So, I still do fantasize about like, it'd be so nice to like pop up on Twitch and do a Billboard Top 100 song 1980, whichever 80s years you didn't do. But I don't even have the setup for it anymore.
What happened to the setup? Where did it go?
I sold a bunch of stuff.
Oh, fair enough.
And yeah, so it's kind of good that I don't have it because I would probably be doing that instead of finishing my stories. Yeah, I'm on Twitch timeout.
Yeah, well, you know, I think that's perfectly fair. I mean, as an artist, I understand what it's like to sort of run your course through something and then it's time to move on. And plus, my ADHD brain demands that I do different shit all the time, or else I don't know
how you do this.
Well, it's because I'm doing different things all the time. So I'm like always talking to someone different. I'm like the news. There's always new news. There's there's always things.
Gotta be another train next week.
Yeah, there'll be another train that I can work in there. We all need some time to disconnect. Absolutely. Who would you Who would complain of songs about Ana Botea? Yeah, exactly. We love Ana Botea and her whimsical Spanish life. But
whimsical.
Whimsical. But I totally feel that. I totally feel that whole sentiment. Like I sort of stepped away from performing live. Like I only perform live, like with Reina and for gigs I like, because I was just gigging and it was just like, ugh. And it wasn't. Oh, you don't love him? Oh, okay. We love songs about her.
Exactly. There you go.
But you know, like I don't have any drive to go out and gig. Like, I did just get offered a gig in San Antonio, Texas, that it did pique my interest. Like, to go and yeah, I love Texas. I know there's
San Antonio is beautiful.
San Antonio, Austin's cool as hell. I love Dallas is beautiful. I've never been to Houston, but there's some great cities.
Houston has some great Vietnamese food if you go to Houston.
Really? I thought you were gonna say barbecue, but
no, you want the Vietnamese. Specifically, you want. Where did I go? There were so many places, but I was on the hunt for crawfish. Vietnamese spicy crawfish.
Whoa!
And I went into like some. It wasn't a strip mall. It was like just a small mall. And it was like almost a food court kind of place. Oh man!
It was just a food court like restaurant. And here it is.
But it was like listed on you have like this is one of the top 5 places that have Vietnamese crawfish if you're in Houston.
I didn't even know they did Vietnamese crawfish. I didn't either. But it was amazing.
Yeah, it's a really you should read up about the history too of the Vietnamese in that part of Texas. It's pretty fascinating. Yeah. I won't ruin it at all.
Well, come on, you already brought it up.
No, you can Google it. But first of all, like I said, I'm maybe 2 for 8 now. I don't have the best track record tonight. It's also tomorrow morning already for me, and I don't want to stick my foot in it. But also, like I said when we started, I'm tabula rasa. I don't like to give the story away. But I will tell you that there's some learning there to be done.
So Texas received many Vietnamese refugees in the late 1970s because it had a warm climate, an expanding economy, and a location in proximity to the ocean. Vietnamese from fishing and shrimping backgrounds saw Houston as a good settlement point due to its proximity to the Gulf of Mexico. That seems like a very sterile part of the story.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. You didn't get the Clint Eastwood version.
Yeah,
you can find that.
Mr. Obama.
Miss.
Obama. 100. Let me. Are you starting to get sleepy eyed?
Well, I've got my contacts in. I've been sleepy. I've also been up since. I don't think I've been up since like 3:30. I didn't take a nap.
You didn't take a nap?
No, I laid down. I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a nap, and then I wasn't sleepy, so I watched The Apartment, Billy Wilder film.
Okay.
Pretty good. I mean, it's Billy Wilder. It's excellent. But I just mean, as far as Billy Wilder films go, it's probably not my favorite. And I thought I was going to go to sleep because I do like a little afternoon siesta, falling asleep to black and white film. But I guess it must have been better than I thought if it kept me awake.
Yeah, I mean, it kept you going. It kept you going.
Kept me going.
So wait a second. So you go to bed at around 9. I know that's what you said. You go to bed around 9 p.m. and then you're up at 3 a.m. Is that like your thing?
Like 4, a little before 4. Yeah.
Do you find any benefit, like artistically, with keeping those hours?
I've made myself find benefit. It's not by choice. It's just my body rhythm.
It's like, this is what's happening now.
Yeah. I told you it's middle age from the neck down. So
hey, I'm with you.
But also the light, it's hibernation, bear time. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But I've been doing The Artist's Way for the past 2 weeks. I don't know if you've ever heard of this book. It's like a 12-week course of unlocking creativity. People swear by it. And I'm on week 2, and you have to get up and handwrite 3 pages every day as part of this.
Handwrite?
Course, yeah. It's amazing.
You can't even. Oh, Amazon! Damn you, Amazon! The Artist's Way. Julia Cameron, is this it?
Yeah, that's her.
With
that maverick.
With its gentle affirmations, inspirational quotes, fill in the blanks, list and tasks. Write yourself a thank you letter. Describe yourself at 80. For example, The Artist's Way.
Wait, don't see. I'm not there yet.
Oh,
my headphone.
I'm sorry.
I don't like trailers, dude.
I'm sorry. 9
I
p.m.
gotta do what?
I'm sorry. I just spoiled. Oh Lord, I'm just ruining everything. So,
but so I get up. Yeah.
You get up at 4.
I get up at 4 and I do like some meditating and qigong stuff.
What is that? What's qigong? What is that? Is that martial arts or what is that?
It's like it's similar to Tai Chi. It's close, like breathing movement exercises.
I like that.
And I have coffee and a cigarette.
I didn't know you smoked. There you go.
Yeah, I realized when I said it that I just outed myself.
I bet you guys' cigarettes aren't as gross as our cigarettes, though.
I think they're all gross. But
they are,
I roll mine, so I'm elitist.
Yeah,
they're not as gross as they could be.
Yeah. Do you ever put like herbs in it? Like herbs? I used to put mint in mine. Or spearmint.
No, that's.
It was like the poor man's menthols.
What are you talking about?
The poor man menthols.
Oh no, menthols are no. I used to smoke menthols in college.
Yo.
But just because I went to Howard in DC, and that's really all they sold to college kids.
This is all you get.
Yeah, but no, I didn't put any herbs. And then I sit down and I write. I do this thing. But before I started doing it, I would try to write for an hour in the morning, stories or whatever I was working on, because I like it. It's quiet. I like to do it before I turn on the internet, because before I had to handwrite, I would type on the laptop, but I wouldn't go online.
Is that part of the reason why I do it by hand, is so you're not tempted to be taken over by technology?
I don't think so, because I think this method came out long before the internet and computers. Not computers, but the internet.
Yeah.
it's just a different way of processing. Words flow differently. Thoughts. Also, it slows you down.
Yeah.
Which is something that I find my brain is racing and my hand is like, and then I'm like, dude, chill out. Like, where's the fire? I'm like, I gotta get it out. I'm gonna forget it. It's thoughts are coming. So then I have to learn to like breathe.
Pure gold. Come on, baby.
Exactly. And it's not. It's like, I am so stressed out about what happened yesterday. I'm like stressed out about trying to get these thoughts down before they disappear. I'm not that old. Thank you, Moving Dutch Man. I'm not that old.
No.
I know. But it's just, when the changes creep up on you, you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was that?
The hair in my ear was like.
Oh, dude, no.
Yeah. Nose that just comes creeping out. Like, what is this?
I got like this. Like, I'm brushing my teeth, and I'm like, what is that? Like,
what happened?
I'm just a caveman. I'm turning into Teen Wolf while I'm brushing my teeth. I was like, why is there need to be anything there?
Just all of a sudden, like, just hey.
Yeah. I think you need more cover this up.
Yeah, it's winter time. Grow more fur.
Why?
Time to go.
What on earth? Yeah.
But I like the idea of, because when you hear other writers talk, a lot of times, a lot of those steps you're taking right there are, get up, meditate, do your Tai Chi stuff. I mean, smoke a cigarette. Nicotine has been shown to no, really, nicotine is shown to like get creative juices flowing, and caffeine has also been shown to get creative juices flowing. And then just the idea of writing. I was journaling for a while because I was having a hard time sleeping, and my therapist was like, you should journal before bed and like not work until you go to sleep, and cut off all electronics before you go to sleep and journal. And so I started doing that. I was like, stupid therapist, don't know shit. I was sleeping like a baby. And then I slowly but surely drifted back into like, I'm gonna work like a fucking tyrant until I go to sleep, and then I'll be on TikTok just going nuts on that. And by the time I'm laying in bed, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not sleeping tonight, so I'll just lay here until sleep.
No, I have to turn that. Well, I fall asleep. I wake up that early, so it's really hard for me to stay up past 9 o'clock normally, unless I know I'm going to be doing something super dope like this.
I appreciate it.
But I'm trying to wean myself out of falling asleep to watching movies. I love movies. If I could watch movies all day long and do nothing else, like if I could just maybe write songs one day a week and then just spend the rest of the time watching movies, that would be my dream. But I'll watch one, and then it's like dinner time. I'm like, I'm fighting to stay awake.
Yeah.
And then if I make it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna watch another. I'm like, why? Don't do that. You're gonna fall asleep. Or you're going to wake up and there's going to be shooting or who knows what, some screaming baby. You're going to, discombobulated.
How can I go to school like this?
Exactly. So I'm trying to train myself to read after my movie of the night. Like get in the bed with a book.
Yeah.
And because I have all these books I want to read. And I'm like, I'll never read. I don't read during the day because I'm just like, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Go. You do your computer work at 11. You go for a walk. You work out.
Yeah.
You make lunch. You watch an episode of Law and Order. I'm just like, I don't stop. So
yeah.
So like, okay, So I'm trying to train myself, but I love movies so much. So I'll see. That's like my big win. But just trying to implement little changes in habits. Like the phone, I turn my phone off. And I put it away, like not out of my reach. When I'm sleeping, I try not to get on the laptops, and I turn my laptop off like in the afternoon.
Yeah. So
like after I do my massive workout, midday lunch, whatever, I might check my email once after that just to make sure there's nothing crucial that's come in the last 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. And then I turn it off. and I try not to check my email on my phone, which is not so good at that. But I didn't have any of these apps on my phone until now. I decided that I'm gonna be social media friendly. So now I have to upload things from my phone to TikTok and Instagram if I want to put my songs in there, because if they like add the sound, so then I get my royalties. I can only do that from my phone, which is annoying. But so far I've been okay about just using it on my phone for that. I don't spend hours just scrolling on my phone. I don't like it. It's too small. I don't. And it's just like, what am I doing?
The
I don't want to be doing that.
The Lord's, dude, I love TikTok. Let me tell you what, TikTok has changed my life in the worst and best ways. Like I get to see news when it happens rather than and from the people on the ground. And instead of
Where are you seeing this?
On TikTok, it's all about your algorithm, man. You gotta get listen. Okay, Moving Dutchman, you calm down. All right. Moving
Who
Dutchman
got canceled?
I did for TikToking. Yes. There's a few of the folks in here are just like, TikTok is terrible, but I love it and I'm doing well on it and I'm getting paid off of it, so I'm not that mad at it. So I don't know. That's fun
what
for
I
me.
decided. I was part of my whole, come to Jesus and realize your worth was why are you being all anti, just trying to be Sean Penn or some cool kid smoking behind the bleachers, chemistry sucks. That's how it was about TikTok and stuff. I'm it's a tool. So if it can help you with your business, then learn how to use it. I'm still learning. I got no idea what I'm doing. I'm I'm not going to sit in my pajamas and play guitar. I'm not going to film myself practicing how to play for sentimental reasons. I'm going to mess up. I don't want that out there. It's so that I'm just watch my video, but I'll get there. I'll find a nice balance between informal and pajamas.
Well, TikTok is I understand what you're saying, and TikTok is a weird thing too, because it's you really do got to kind of understand what the app and how people approach it and what the algorithm picks up and what it thinks is what they want to promote and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it is something that takes time to learn, and while you're taking time to learn, you could be writing songs or writing a story or finishing your play. You know what I mean? So it's really awesome, but it is a time suck. Time suck, and it so I understand your apprehension to it, because I mean you obviously are hyper creative and have to have these outlets and have your brain rest in certain times, and you got to physically move yourself. I get where you're coming from, because I feel the same way, but then I'll just get home because I'm working a quote unquote real job now, and I don't know why I had to quote unquote it. Artist isn't a real job, but I'm working as a cook now, and so I work. It's a full-time position, and so I'll get home and I just want to sit there and scroll, but then I have to I gotta put out a podcast because that comes out tomorrow, so you better do that. So it's just I've taken on several full-time jobs, and it's hard and it's tiring, and so sometimes you just want to turn off, and TikTok is great for that and gets me all
you know what they need. You know what they need? What I would be totally behind? An AI that does my social media. It's
sorry.
I'm hey, AI, this is my new single. This is the cover. Here's the MP3. You know what I like. Make the kind of jokes I would make. Run with it. Find out when my people look at my posts and go to all these platforms.
Yeah.
I would pay top dollar for AI. Provided it could spell.
It better spell correctly, damn it.
Yeah. I'm not paying anything for grammar or spelling mistakes. I can do bad by myself.
What are you writing? What are kind of stories and stuff that you're writing? Is it like werewolf erotica?
No.
That I only
That'd
said
be awesome. Wouldn't that be amazing? If I was
Raina's
like, well,
Raina just got hired to do a werewolf erotica, a book narration, because she's been
Oh,
narrating
really?
book. Yeah, so she's about to do erotica, and it's like werewolf shit. So it's like amazing. I'm very excited about it.
One that I've just about finished is a short story about he's a psychologist in an army base, and I got an idea to write this story because I woke up in the middle of the night almost a year ago, maybe not that long. I had a nightmare, and in my nightmare there was this soldier telling me about this terrible abuse he'd suffered at the hands of his CO, who would sit him down like he was going to give him a haircut shape, and then he would just like, I guess the CO was reliving his own trauma from war, and so he wasn't paying attention to what he was doing, and he would just like slice this dude's head instead of shaving him properly. So the guy had cuts and stuff.
Oh, God.
And this guy was telling me this story, and I was like, I woke up from this dream, and I was just like, soaking wet and shivering, and I was like, where'd that guy come from? Why is he telling me? Like, I don't know. I don't like. So probably because I'd fallen asleep watching Apocalypse Now or something. Yet another reason to read a book before bed. But anyway, so the next morning when I got up properly, I thought, man, people have to listen to that like all day. Like that's somebody's job, is to listen to people tell them stories like that. It just happened to me like for 5 minutes in my sleep. But that's like somebody's job. And so I started thinking about that person and what their day would be like, and how, like, if they had an outlet for their own trauma. Like, what do you do when you're just a collector of other people's trauma? Right. What do you do with all of that noise?
Yeah.
So it's a story about a day in the life of that guy.
And what do they do?
I can't tell you. Oh. What is up with you? Like,
I'm sorry.
You just don't want to work for anything, do you?
Well, no, because I actually have insight into this because I've asked my therapist about this. It's like you sit here and you absorb all this, shit, like just, from the most mundane to like the sickest and most deprived, thoughts of people. Is like, what do you do? Like, and I feel like she has like a pre-programmed, like just a recording that she does. Like, she's like, well, I like to go for walks. I like to take my dogs for walks and play with my dogs and my dogs and my dogs. And I'm just like, okay, I got you. You're just
soft porn.
It's softcore werewolf porn. I got you, baby.
Yeah.
I'll read the book. Well, it has to come out to read it.
Oh yeah,
so I hope you do publish it.
I don't know like what the etiquette is for this sort of stuff. So, like I wrote an essay last year, December, and I submitted it to a contest. And so I happened to win the contest. So then I could publish the essay on my website. But like this story, I would like to get it published. So I probably have to jump through some hoops before I can share it with the world. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's an AI that could like handle that for me.
That's the AI
publisher.
Yeah. That would be great.
This is what I'm saying. Like that kind of stuff, I would be behind totally.
Well,
and not like to replace a publisher, but just the thing of it is, our world is set up so that the consumer has to do everything anyway. It's like self-checkout. Why on earth would I use self-checkout at a grocery store? Why would I pay to do someone else's job? It doesn't make any sense at all. It's like when you go online and you're like, I need an accountant. And there's all these like, you can do your own account. I don't want to do my own. I'm not an accountant. And I certainly don't want to pay you, website platform, $30 a month so that I become my own account. Like, when did this, I don't know when this happened. It drives me crazy. Why would I pay a website $30 to do my own accounting incorrectly at that?
Because you don't even know the laws and
I
shit.
don't even know what you're doing. I'm just like maybe there's a support page, some help docs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know you either. Are you an accountant? I just paid you $30 because you got LLC at the end of your website.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
This whole system of this economy that we've set up. So like, I'm not doing anything. I'm certainly not going to pay to do somebody else's job.
Well,
Those days are over.
those days are long over. You hit a certain point in your life where you're just like, you know what? This is why we pay people to do things, and I completely understand that. But I do like the idea of doing things myself. Self checkout.
Yeah, but I'm sure, but not to pay for it. I'll do my own accounting.
Right.
On a spreadsheet.
Right.
You know.
But yeah, to pay for it, sit there and pay for it, that does seem a little bit.
So, it's crazy. It's insane.
So, wait, so is this is this like a novel? Your psychologist?
No. It's probably like 6,000, 8,000 words, somewhere around there.
Okay.
It's a short story. But I also, I have a very hard time thinking in the terms of one thing. Everything I do is like, oh yeah, it's gonna be good. So it's also a short film screenplay that I'm writing and a feature-length film. They're all a little bit different. So like, one of them's a comedy, one is sort of surreal fantasy, and one is the most dramatic one.
Is there a thriller? Like, is it kind of a thriller? I see it.
No. I mean, it's scary. It's like there are parts of it, but no, it's more of it's not like scary. You know, not like spiders and Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
I was thinking more like Hannibal Lecter.
No.
That's
heavens no.
Heavens no. Oh, say more.
It's scary in the sense that like it's scary. It's scary not so much what other people do. It's like what we do to ourselves. That's a kind of terror I'm into.
Yeah. Because we can really put ourselves through a number, can't we?
Yeah, you can.
Put it right through the blender.
Right. And we don't know. That is scary. Like, who's the monster hiding under the bed? It's you.
Yeah.
You know? And
no, it sucks, man. Like, there's a lot of times where I gotta pull myself out of some shitty situations that I put myself in, and it's like this whole internal thing that's going on. And thank God that I've been working hard enough on myself where I can start to recognize when I'm doing it and start working on sort of taking, stepping out of it, because it's like you can really sit there for months.
Been there, done that. One of my favorite things to sing to myself is, I catch myself singing often, is, you do it to yourself, you do. And that's what really hurts. Too sad. I don't know song titles very well. I never remember them. But anyway, that's easily one of my favorite Radiohead songs. From my favorite Radiohead album, The Bends.
Yeah. Oh, it's not Kid A.
I don't think so.
Well, Jory, what's up, buddy? Welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in. My name is Mike. Jory, how was your stream? I'm trying to do this right. I always mess it up. I never ask people what they do or anything. So, welcome in, Raiders. My name is Mike. Okay, no worries. Jory, thank you so much for popping in. Everybody make sure you follow Jory. Go follow him. Do that. I appreciate the raid. Everybody who's coming in, thank you so much for being here. I am Mike. This is Amelia. We are having a conversation right now about this psychological thriller that she's writing. That I've totally turned into a Hannibal Lecter story in my head. Welcome in.
Well,
go ahead.
yeah.
I do a music podcast, which Jory has been on before, and I also do music news, which is a real fun hang. I also have this for you. Should we do this again? Let's do it one more time. You can take off your headphones if you want to. I understand. All right, guys, I got a raid song for you, but I won't do the same one I just did. So let's go. We're gonna go do this. This is your raid song, friends. And then hold on. Here we go. Wait. Oh, maybe we should do that one. All right, now we're doing this one. Ready? Here we go. Thank you for the raid, Jory. I drink my White Claw while I buy my Bitcoin with my Biden bucks. I jam EDM while I rub one out to Joe Rogan's podcast. It's gonna be a hot boy summer. It's gonna be hot boy summer. It's gonna be hot boy summer. It's gonna be hot. Summer's coming, baby. Thank you for the raid, Jory. Yeah. I pop Molly pills, drink muscle milk while I'm smoking my douche flute. I hit on a girl that told me to put my shirt back on. Flex on a trick. It's gonna be hot, boy summer. It's gonna be hot. Thank you, Captain. Boy summer. It's gonna be hot, boy summer. It's gonna be hot, boy summer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dear baby Jesus, I need a lifted truck. Dear baby Jesus, can I get a lifted truck? Dear baby Jesus, can you take my truck higher? Higher! I always get that wrong. Alright, whatever. It's gonna be hot, boy summer. 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 Oh yeah, I'm supposed to get out of the... It's gonna be hot. Alright. You know what? Thank you guys for the raid. Poor Amelia. Thank you, Amelia. The remix. Yes, we're doing it. Amelia, I know it's late for you, so I'm not going to keep you too much longer. Thank you, Mighty, for that woo. I appreciate you. For all the new folks who've been coming in, anybody still here from the Jory Raid, Amelia Ray has a new single out. Yeah, is it cool if we play it? And then you get to go home. Mighty, thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate you. Do you have time to hear the song? Is that cool? Now we don't have sound. What happened? We can't hear. Oh, you must have muted yourself.
I thought I took that off.
You didn't.
No wonder you asked me questions twice. I thought you were the one who needed to go to bed. Yes, I would.
We're gonna listen to
play this song.
We're gonna listen to Amelia's latest single, which I'm gonna ruin, but it's BESTE MENEER DECLEIR, which is
I'm gonna try to speed type put the lyrics translation in English as the song rolls by.
And anybody who's interested, you could definitely go to her website first, and you can hear the song. You can hear the tune, or you can go to the Song Whip, which will take you to this page. Oh, you can't see shit. What am I doing here? All right. But go to the website first. Don't
Go to the website first.
Go to
It's
the
much
website.
better looking.
It's
Thank
better
you.
looking. It's better for everyone.
For the
involved.
environment.
It's green. It's the green solution. If you don't go to the website, you are killing Mother Gaia. You understand?
It's as if you've crashed a train, you've derailed a train
You,
in East Palestine, Ohio. Is that what it is?
it is. You got it. All right, let's listen to this track, and then we're gonna let our guest go and sleep away this insanity that was this stream. All right, here it is. Beste Meneer Decleir.
Beste meneer Decleir, vol van karakter, die oprecht inspiratie op mijn ziel toezingt. Een liefdevol woorden en stilte me brengt, verlicht een leven vers, meneer Decleir. De zoektocht roepte mij, het vliegtuig stapte ik in, naar het oosten verhuisde, nu het al te ver vervin. Gemakkelijk moet het zijn, veel op Engels het lijkt. Een grappig mysterie binnenkort blijkt. De bepaling van uitspraak zo genadeloos als een koppige directeur van een jongenstehuis. Het verschil tussen de en het wezen en ben liet me zo ver vallen als een bedelkind. Toen in de mediatheek u verscheen, mijn gevoel van verslagenheid verdween meteen. Beste meneer Decleir, vol van karakter, die oprecht inspiratie op mijn ziel toeziet. Een liefdevol woorden en stilte me brengt, verlicht een leven vers, meneer Decleir. Gauw kon ik kabeljauw in eeuwen gekocht met het zelfvertrouwen van een woord die ten huwelijk vraagt. Ik kan voor een koor prediken overal gekt, in de toeristen in de rivier smijten. Door de schurken en helden die u vertolkt, een nieuwe kant van mezelf duidelijk wordt. De jaren verstrekken en drijven de weg. Uw kunst ontgroeit nog altijd de tranen in mij. Wanneer ik vrees dat mijn kennis verschalt en verdort, heb ik menig sprookje dat door u verteld wordt. Beste meneer Decleir, vol van karakter, die oprecht inspiratie op mijn ziel toeziet. Een liefde voor woorden en stilte metbrengt, wellicht een leven ver. Wellicht een leven ver. Wellicht een leven vers, meneer Decleir.
Start it over. Calvo, thank you for that woo, my friend. I miss Amersfoort. Yeah, Zydeco. I don't even think I spelled that right, but Zydeco is, what is that? That's like Louisiana type stuff. Swamp music. They have accordions on it. What, how did you, with the accordion, was that you? Did you do it all?
No. I didn't play any of the instruments.
None of them? Not even the git?
No.
Oh.
I thought about playing the guitar, but I said, I'm not a very accomplished finger picker.
Mm.
It was one of those things where we were just saying,
Yeah.
like, I'd pay somebody to do it right, instead of, like, I've written the song, I've written the sheet music. Now I just sit back and Burt Bacharach it. If they need some help, I'll see.
Yeah.
But otherwise, just let them do that.
Yo, yeah, please.
And I found them on air gigs. So I think the guitar player is in
Indonesia.
somewhere in South America. No. I think for some reason I think he's in South America. And the accordionist is in Germany.
Nice. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. The accordion in Germany, a German accordionist. What is the proper word for someone who plays accordion?
Accordionist, according to the credits that I've entered at allmusic.com.
The accordionist, and if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, you know what? It's right now. And that's where we're at right now.
I think either accordionist or accordion player. It's probably.
Okay, fair enough. Amelia, thank you so much for coming back on the show. The song is truly lovely, and thank you for that real-time translation. If you guys are listening to this, go and check out the video. Amelia is real-time translating. Thank you for those claps, Reina Mystique. And just a beautiful song, and your last single was beautiful too. Like you just bringing out the hitters. You're just bringing out the
hits. Is that it? Well, don't get too comfortable with this style of music, because I might like Incubus' third album on you. MGMT, like album number 2.
Oh, well, which would be fine with me, honestly. So make sure y'all are hitting those links and go and stream it. Go to her website first. Go to ameliaray.net first. Download it from there or play it from there, and then and then you can go listen to it and add it to your favorite playlist on at Spotify or YouTube's or whatever. But start at ameliaray.net first. First, do not.
Thank you.
Yes, no problem. And if you're
why mess with don't settle for the rest. What is it? Like, go to the source.
Go to the best. Don't settle for the rest.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Yeah, go to the source.
Go to the source.
She brought Incubus into this. Oh man, that's fighting words. Listen, same as me who initiated the Incubus thing. So be mad at me.
Yeah, we had an Incubus conversation.
Amelia, before you go, I've been asking all the guests lately because I don't know, it just started happening. What is your best piece of advice you've ever received?
No te compliques la vida.
Okay, in English. In English, please.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Don't complicate your life.
Yeah. I like the kiss, right? Keep it simple, stupid. That's
You put the stupid on it, you're complicating your life because now you've got to work through all that baggage and calling yourself stupid. That's been a huge thing I've been learning, because I have like sarcastic, sardonic sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like that kind of joke that I almost said and I'm not going to say out loud. But but that stuff really does wear on you. Like you have to be really careful about saying things, especially to yourself. I mean, obviously to other people too. You don't want to be you want to be nice and be compassionate, but if you walk around saying "keep it simple, stupid" to yourself every day, you're fighting an uphill battle. So keep it simple. Sugar pants.
I'm gonna say sugar tits to myself. How about that?
There you go.
Keep it simple, sugar tits. Don't complicate life. Is now. Don't scratch yourself. Trunk mallet.
No te rayes más el tronco.
Don't scratch yourself with the trunk mallet. Is that what that is?
It's
tronco. Keep it simple. Twitch only. There you go. Amelia Ray, thank you so much. What did you? I'm sorry, I interrupted. I felt like something was coming out.
I just wanted to say that I wanted to thank Reina, Mystique, for being in my video for my last song. That was really just a lovely, fun time. So I'm glad that she was willing to do that.
Yeah.
Thanks to Reina for being a rock star.
Yeah, big ups to Reina for being in delegate.
For bringing Captain Noveline's dream country, because that was Captain Noveline's vision.
Really?
The Captain's vision was that video look like that. I mean, more or less. The idea that people would come and
interchange, like a Todd Solondz movie. This is what she's talking about, everybody, is Delegate, which is her last single, which is equally as beautiful as the latest one. And then let me skip to the good part.
Oh man, you went too far.
I just play.
You gotta do there. That's fine.
Can you hear this or no? No.
I can read.
This time could be forever. 'Cause baby, you're the best I ever had.
Oh, there it is.
So smooth.
You can see her reading. Way not to memorize it, Reina. God. She asked for one thing.
It was kind of funny because only a couple of the guitarists, maybe half, are playing the actual notes that I played. The rest of them are just faking it. And so I thought it would be hilarious because the song is serious in a way, but it's about kind of what we're talking about. It's about being an independent artist, having to do everything yourself, and then wanting to delegate tasks to other people, but knowing that they're going to mess it up and that you're going to have to end up doing it yourself anyway. Like this fear, like, do I really, like, how much of this can I do myself? What do I need help with?
Right.
This whole thing. And it's disguised as a love song, So I love that people were just like, because that's what happens in real life. Sometimes you're like, hey, person I found on Fiverr, can you make this really cool artwork for me? And they're like, yeah, I know everything. And then they give it back to you. And it's like, my 2-year-old could have made this. Like, now I have to start over. You've wasted my time and you've broken my heart. Like, I had all these expectations and now I'm upset. I'm depressed. I'm behind schedule. I'm probably out of like a platform fee, so I'm out of money somewhere. And I have to have a nasty unpleasant communication with you about it. Like, this is it's a big downer.
Yeah.
The disappointment. So
AI art.
That would never happen with AI. AI would just what did they say with the Google Bing chat? Was it getting defensive and aggressive with people?
It's like, don't talk to me like that. Listen, Bing chat. Just calm down. All right, you're just a robot, so you just shut up now.
I'd be happy to help you with that, but don't you ever question my judgment.
Exactly.
Terrifying.
AI cannot replace a serial killer. That's true. Who's gonna eat that cereal? Not
Exactly.
AI. Not
Serial
AI.
killer.
AI's not gonna eat all the Cheerios.
Yeah, Captain's talking about serial killer who designed two of my album covers, the Delegate one and Marooned.
Yeah, I remember Serial Killer. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you still so you're still in contact with some of your community members?
Yeah.
Of course. Do you still operate your Discord? Is that still going or no?
I try to remember to post in there, but I when I remember I put stuff in there. I'm like, if anybody's passing by, then they'll at least know what I'm up to. But I can't. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I have a checklist. So I'm like, okay, if you're going to release something, then you go to these places like update Bandcamp, post on Discord,
The whole thing, yeah.
So that's about as much of an interaction I have on it. There's been some talk. I'm in a Patreon singer songwriter creator group. So we talk about ways to kind of drive traffic to the site and how to use other platforms and stuff. So we've been discussing how to integrate Patreon and Discord. But the problem is that Discord is very much it's a big learning curve.
Yeah.
And people would have to have a separate account just for Discord, and if they're not already spending time there, then it's hard to kind of create a community, like an idea of a Facebook group for your super fans or whatever. So,
Right.
Didn't you? But there's some people who are able to do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you have a lot of activity going on and you're able to pull in enough people, eventually some of them are gonna have the setup ready to go. Didn't you say you're doing something live tomorrow as well?
Yeah, right. Need that AI marketing manager. That was a thing I was supposed to have mentioned at least 5 times in the past 3 hours.
I should have brought it up as myself as well, but
we're having the BESTE MENEER DECLEIR listening party, so that's also for constant travelers on Patreon.
There you go.
I talked a lot about the song here, but I'm gonna play like things that didn't make the cut, and some of my pronunciation lessons I had with my friend who helped me sing, taught me how to pronounce everything properly.
Yeah.
And we're going to look at some video ideas and merch design and some Beyond Declared stuff.
Nice.
So, yeah, it'll be a proper listening party tomorrow night at 9 my time, which is 2 p.m. where you are Eastern.
Oh, 7. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. Yeah, so make sure you guys I just dropped the Patreon link in the chat, and by the time this comes out in audio, that event will already had passed. But if you guys want to go check out Amelia's Patreon, go ahead. There's a link in the show notes along with the link to Amelia's website where you can find her latest single called BESTE MENEER DECLEIR. And I'm going to give myself an applause because...
Heel hoot.
And there it is. Amelia Ray, thank you so much for, giving up your precious sleep time to come chat with us and make
I'm
silly
hoping
jokes.
It means I'll sleep in tomorrow. I haven't slept in past 4:35 and I don't know how long.
Wow.
So I'm really excited. I'm like, maybe I'll sleep until 10, but probably not.
No, you still gonna wake up at 5. Like, I'm awake. Time to do stuff.
It's okay because I can normally put myself back to sleep at like 10 a.m. No problem.
That's tight. You know what I love that about getting older is that I'm having an easier time just sleeping in the day. Like I can just sort of like, you know what? I'm just gonna go lay down and sleep now because my body is deteriorating and it needs to rest.
Yeah. You know what else I find is I do enjoy that, but a new development of the past couple of weeks. I tuck my shirts into my sweatpants. I found myself doing it like after I go to the bathroom and I like stand up and I'm like tucking in. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, well, it just feels right.
I should do this. Like this is how it should be.
Because otherwise, you move and your shirt comes up and then you get a draft like it's cold on your back. That's unpleasant. Just tuck it in.
Just tuck it in.
Yeah, that's a new one. I'm still like, I mean, it's right. It feels right because it is right. There's no need to be cold on your back.
That's true.
But when I'm doing it, I'm like, who are you? Don't tell anybody about this. And of course, now I'm telling all of you.
Everybody, we're going to keep this between us. All right. So make sure you don't tell anybody. Anyone.
I love it. I'm snug as a bug in a rug. Going to bed.
If we can take anything away from this whole conversation, it's just tuck it in.
Just tuck it in. You'll
just
feel
tuck
better.
it in. Everybody, give a warm round of applause for today's guest, Amelia Ray. Thank you, Amelia. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
I'll be in contact. Have a good night. Sweet dreams.